Alright guys, Liverpool have just beaten, well not just, it is the morning after, because I was far too knackered last night to make a reaction video on it. I went to the game and my voice is absolutely fucked today. Um, it genuinely hits to talk. Um, yeah, Liverpool beat AC Milan 3-2. It was a brilliant game to watch, probably a game of the night. Well, Man City did also play out a 9-goal thriller against Red Bull Leipzig, but I think that this one's got to take the made up award for game of the night. It was a brilliant watch and a brilliant atmosphere at Anfield. A lot of people say that Anfield, it's brilliant atmosphere for the first 2 minutes and the last 2 minutes, but it's crap in between. Go to a Champions League game before you make that decision. Liverpool versus Burnley at 12:30 lunchtime kickoff is a lot different to AC Milan at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night. It is amazing, the atmosphere at Anfield. There is no other club in England that produces that level of atmosphere on it, like in any game. But yeah, brilliant game. Started off really well for Liverpool. Divock Origi started his first start in quite a while, and I thought he played quite well, to be fair. Naby Keita also came in for Harvey Elliott. No, did he? No, Harvey Elliott and Thiago started on Sunday, so Henderson and Keita would have come in. And Virgil van Dijk also got rested because he's played a lot recently, and obviously he's still only really coming back from injury. He's not at his best just yet. And started off well. Trent Alexander-Arnold played a lovely 1-2 with Mo Salah, got into the box. To me, I thought it looked like he tried to cross it to Diogo Jota, but I think it's still being given as a Trent Alexander-Arnold goal. I'm not entirely sure, but it took a big deflection of Fikayo Tomori and sort of spun over the keeper's head. He didn't have a chance with it, Mike Maignan. But Maignan was brilliant for AC Milan last night. It would have been a lot more if he wasn't in goal for them. He was outstanding. Yeah, and Liverpool kept, after the goal, Liverpool kept going, and got a penalty. Andy Robertson had a shot, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Benassa. Blocked it, and it clearly hit his arm. It was going goalwards, and the crowd, no one appealed for it. I don't think anyone noticed it hit his arm. But the referee did, and a couple of the Liverpool players did, and the referee gave it. I'll be honest, in the crowd, I thought the ref had just given a corner. But Mo Salah took it, and with the way that Mo Salah takes penalties, just whacks them down the middle a lot of the time, or he never hits, he always hits a penalty hard. So one every 10 or 15 penalties he takes, he's likely to miss. And that's only his second ever miss from the penalty spot for Liverpool, I believe. The first, I think, was his first ever penalty for Liverpool against Huddersfield in a 3-0 win in October 2017. And yeah, that was his second miss last night. But when he did miss, and it was a good save by Maignan, and Jota got the rebound, but the keeper saved it again. But the Liverpool supporters were brilliant about it. Just gave Mo Salah endless support for the next 2 minutes after the penalty. But then, yeah, it was pretty much more of the same until about 5 minutes from half time. AC Milan were on the break. I thought Liverpool's midfield went missing. But I understand why Henderson got man of the match, because he did score an absolute screamer in the second half. It was a brilliant goal, but he wasn't man of the match, really, was he? Nor was Fabinho, who got the Liverpool award. And Keita, he definitely wasn't. For me, the man of the match has got to go to either Salah or Andy Robertson, I'd say. But yeah, the midfield went missing, and Milan produced a brilliant counter-attack, which ended up with, what's his name? I've forgotten his name all of a sudden. A Croatian player, Ante Rebic, that's it. Just stroking the ball past Alisson. And then 2 minutes later, the exact same thing happens again. This time, Robertson manages to clear it off the line, but he didn't get the best contact on it, so the ball was literally just still about a yard away from the line, and Brahim Diaz managed to get there first, and he made it 2-1 to AC Milan. And in half time, I didn't think we were going to lose. I thought we'd played too well, but we needed to look a lot sharper defensively. And we came out and played really well, except from the 46th minute where we conceded again from a corner, but luckily this time it was offside. I think it was Simon Kjær who scored, the Denmark captain, from a poorly defended corner. But yeah, then Liverpool scored through Mo Salah, a lovely 1-2 with Divock Origi, brilliant chip by Origi over the defender's head. This was the one mistake I thought Maignan made all evening for AC Milan. He didn't come out and sort of smother Mo Salah and stop him from scoring. He sort of stayed back, and if he'd come out, that just reduces the size of the goal that Mo Salah has to aim at. And he probably would have had a better chance, definitely would have had a better chance of saving it. But it was a good finish by Mo Salah and brilliant play from Divock Origi. And then Liverpool had a corner about 10 minutes later, gets cleared to the edge of the box. Jordan Henderson goes full Steven Gerrard, hits it on half volley, and it just zipped across the surface into the bottom left corner. Brilliant strike. But just what a goal. And that won it for Liverpool, made it 3-2. And yeah, brilliant performance. One thing I do take away from this game is that I hope Divock Origi gets given more minutes. He definitely looks like a player who plays better with the crowds, and I think that is because, well, there's proof, I think, because now as much as it is a bit of a joke that he always performs in the Champions League at Anfield, there may be reason for that, because Liverpool's crowd is at its best on a European night. And if you look at all of Divock Origi's best performances, they're usually either in big Premier League games, mainly the Merseyside derby, let's be honest, or European nights. Liverpool v Tottenham, the Champions League final, Liverpool v Barcelona, the semi-final, Liverpool v Dortmund in the Europa League quarter-final. And again last night, they're all European nights at Anfield where the atmosphere is great, and that's when Divock Origi tends to perform. And that might be why he barely performed at all last season. That's just my theory. Probably might not be true, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.